Welcome to episode 232 of the Campus Comics Cast. This is Scott Reed, and I'm joined by
Mike Atchison.
And the question for you, Mike, is when streaming services release a new series, do you want all the episodes on day one, or do you want them to spread them out?
I honestly like them spread out. I didn't. You didn't tell me you were going to ask that question, but I'm glad it's something.
Nope, I put you on the spot.
I'm glad I can answer that without hesitation. And I usually enjoy. I don't watch much television just by myself, and that's why we try to find something my wife and I both will enjoy. Mm-hmm. And it seems to be better. We're just not. I can't stay awake if I wanted to binge something, so I might as well just get it once a week. Okay,
all right. Well, for me, most of the time, if it's something that I really want to watch, I actually prefer the slower release cadence, because like Daredevil Born Again Season 2 just dropped last week.
Yeah.
So I actually was able to take the time to watch the first episode twice. Now this week they released episodes 2 and 3. So I've watched 2 and 3, but I'm going to try to watch them again. So shows like Daredevil, The Expanse, whenever it came out, I liked having the time to digest it, take it, watch it a second time. The shows I really, really enjoy. The things that I'm just consuming, give it to me all at once.
Yeah.
It was like we're watching Paradise on Hulu, and we had to wait. We got through like the first 3, then we had to wait a week for the next episode, then wait a week for the next episode. So we're having to find other things to watch in the evening while we're waiting for the next episode. So those things that I'm just consuming, binge it, send it to me all at once. But the stuff I really like, I want to spread it out and enjoy it a little bit more.
It does, yeah. It just seems more like a serialized experience. Mm-hmm. I mean, no, I if I had to choose between the two.
Okay, all right. Well, enough about that nonsense. Let's move on to the catalog, because we're here to talk about pre-orders.
We are.
Right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm ready to jump into next phase, and I actually have something from Abrams on page 5.
Man, that is early on. Man, let me get locked in with you and see what you're talking about. Go ahead.
All right, well, what I'm talking about is X-Men Elsewhen. This is volume 1 of 3. And this is written and drawn by John Byrne. So as I understand it, after Byrne left X-Men, at some point he decided he wanted to continue the X-Men continuity as he would have done it, instead of how Claremont ended up doing it. So he had actually been releasing pages of art and story for an extended period of time past leaving the Uncanny X-Men. So somehow, and this I'm not sure how, Abrams worked with Marvel and convinced John Byrne that they were able to come up with a book. And this is actually going to be 3 volumes. So this volume is, does it give me a page count? 232 pages. So we're going to get over 600 pages of Byrne written and drawn X-Men coming out from Abrams. Now it's going to be non-Marvel continuity, but I don't know. This is kind of interesting to me.
That's pretty cool. I agree. Marvel must be getting one heck of a cut out of this for them to agree to it.
Yeah, there's no telling. So it's kind of funny. You hear people talk about fanfic. Well, here's a real creator doing fanfic. So
the cover looks great too. I mean, okay, so it says here they have a little bio on John Byrne, and it says he's a British-born American comic book writer and artist. I thought he was Canadian.
I thought he was Canadian too, so that's interesting. So yeah, I always thought he was Canadian. That's what he.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is there another John
typo,
Byrne?
I think. Yeah.
It always has to be.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my next thing's not till page 57.
Well, I'm at page 25, and it won't take you long to figure out why I paused at this, but then realized, oh no, that's not what I think it is.
That's not what that is.
No.
That's a soccer ball, not a volleyball on Archie Comics 85th Anniversary Presents.
Yes, so. Archie's American All-Stars, which is part of their 85th Anniversary Presents series, and it's a cover with first that caught my eye was not the ball, but the net behind it. And then I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wait a second, that's a soccer ball. So I had to put it
Yeah.
down, though, because, I got to let you know I'm looking,
Well, I tell you what, I think I'm gonna have to like on all of these. I've started this list and I got published on my website of all the the comics with volleyball in it. But like I just picked up an issue of Elvira that has volleyball in it, and they even use the word volleyball in it. But Elvira is standing there with a beach ball, and it's a tennis net. But she uses the word volleyball. So it's like, do I keep that in my collection? Am I able to give that one up because it's not really volleyball? She's just tossing a beach ball over a tennis net. I don't know, but yeah, I could get really, really nitpicky. I don't. Well, I guess I obviously am being really, really nitpicky.
a rose
On,
a rose by
yeah,
any other name smells just as sweet.
that's right. So yeah, that one I will be able to skip though. So
Okay. That's
all right,
yeah, that's me.
I'm still on 57.
Okay,
All right.
you go ahead.
All right. So okay, bad idea. I don't know why I keep talking about this company. So here,
I don't either.
I really thought, yeah. So I really thought that this was a like a new series, but there actually is already a Tankers series. Okay, so this is Tankers versus Ancient Aliens #1. So they're dubbing as the most insane comic of all time. But the idea is, what if we go back in time and delay the striking of the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs to just delay it so that way there'd be greater oil reserves in modern times. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, it turns into a humans versus alien stories. So, and then, like I said, whenever I first saw this, I didn't realize that this was a sequel story because there's actually the trade is solicited later on in the catalog.
Yeah.
But I've gotta. I'm gonna jump ahead to page 66 and then backtrack to 65.
Okay.
Because you will appreciate this gripe, I think,
Okay.
on page 66. So what they have, it looks like to me, this is the ultra limited ancient amber cover. So apparently they are putting a piece of amber on the cover of a certain number of books. And what this reminds me of is, do you remember that Eclipso cover?
Yes.
Where they had the plastic gem
I still
on
have
the
one.
cover?
Yep.
And how terrible that was to the book that was in front of
Yes,
it
it
or behind
dented.
it because of the dented everything. So yeah, that's all that I can think of whenever I look at this cover.
Yeah, it's like Bad Idea just came out of the 90s with all of these little gimmicks. Now, I want to know, in this amber, is there going to be a mosquito carrying dinosaur DNA? That's all I want to know.
They actually say that dinosaur DNA is not included.
Well,
it's actually in the solicit.
Thank goodness for that disclaimer.
Yes. Yeah. But back on 65, if that's not enough Tankers for you, they have a Tankers prequel story, which does not have the name Tankers in it. It's called All My Friends Are Flowers. So I guess it's a one-shot, also written by Robert Venditti, art and cover by Mannix Abrera. So it's a very cartoony art in that kind of prequel story to what's going on inside of Tankers versus Ancient Aliens.
But all of this at least has the writer being Robert Venditti going forward.
Robert Venditti, yeah. So it makes me wonder if it'll be good, but I'm certainly not picking it up. But I guess if somebody comes along and says, "Oh, it's amazing," then maybe I'll jump in.
Right.
And if you want to see the whole story on page 60 or on page 70, you've got the Tankers trade paperback that's solicited. All right. I don't have anything till DC 128.
Still you.
Still me and 128?
Yeah.
Wow. You didn't want to talk about 128?
No.
Oh,
really, no.
Okay. Well, we got the Summer of Supergirl special #1. So we have a bunch of self-contained Supergirl stories leading up to the movie coming out in June sometime. I can't remember. Like, this is actually going to be on the shelves like the week that the movie comes out.
Yeah.
And you have Gail Simone with some writing, Mark Waid. So fans of Supergirl, you got Lobo in the background. So yeah, fans of Supergirl should pick that up.
Yeah, this comes out 2 days before the release of the movie.
Okay.
On June 26th.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't been
And I'm,
keeping up with any of those books, and yeah, I've not been reading.
yeah.
The only Superman book I've been reading is Unlimited.
Okay.
So
I'm not buying it. I just want to point it out, for
yeah,
and I think the nice thing about it is it's going to be like an anthology, so it's going to be a lot of self-contained stories.
hmm
So somebody doesn't have to worry about continuity or not getting the next part or the part that was before it. So if somebody new, as if Supergirl's going to bring anybody new into a comic shop, were to walk in, say, hey, I need some Supergirl stories. This would be a good one for fans of the movie because it would be self-contained stories and not have to deal with any continuity. So
yeah, yep. I got one.
131.
That's me. Yeah. Well,
I'll let you go.
could be you as well. So on
Well, I've done all the talking, so you talk. So.
okay, on 131, this is the one Supergirl story in the book that I wanted to talk about, and we have an Elseworlds story called Supergirl Survive. Number one, it's a six part miniseries written by Ethan Parker and Griffin Sheridan, and it has art and cover by Rod Race or Hace, if he's like Brazilian. I think that's how you pronounce that. So, uh, it's sort of shows Supergirl as the older cousin, which technically I think in most continuities she is. She just didn't make it to Earth until later after Clark had aged. So, or I might be mixing it up with Power Girl on Earth too. So, either way, it's an Elseworld story, 40 pages. Yeah, I'm definitely in for this. The art looks great, and like I said, it's definitely looks very science fictiony, which to me is a good Supergirl story.
I just wonder if they're putting too much Supergirl out there between the special and the regular title.
Yeah,
How long before we get absolute Supergirl?
yeah.
And
Don't tempt them.
yes, well, that they're already thinking it over. You know that they are.
Yeah,
So it's just a matter of how much is too much. So
yeah.
that's my big concern with this title.
If the story's good, then that's what we have to rely on. And I'm going to get it just to. I'd rather get this something that's out of continuity really with her right now. So we'll see.
I assume you're going to talk about 133 as well.
Well, I have it down, but I have to figure out what that is.
So that's Deadman #1.
Oh yeah. So this is the same creator that did Superman: The Kryptonite Spectrum, which I did get the first issue of that, I think, and the ongoing horror anthology Ice Cream Man, which is W. Maxwell Prince, and Martin Morazzo is doing a new Deadman series. It appears to be ongoing, and I don't know what's necessarily different about this than previous iterations, but it definitely has a different look. Um, in the solicit it says in the millisecond following his murder, the soul of shifty circus aerialist Boston Brand was commandeered by the goddess Ramakrishna. That's all consistent with his origin. Who gave him an assignment, and he's the custodian of all souls. Now that's new. So he floats begrudgingly through this purgatory we call Earth, upholding the laws of spiritual math and protecting humanity from evil. So it sounds like an interesting new take on Deadman. The last time I read a Deadman story was like Forbidden Mansion of Love with Deadman or something to that effect. And it was really good. Again, it was different than his traditional jumping into bodies and punching the bad guys, which in this day and age is kind of frowned upon, taking over someone else's body
Without their consent.
Without their consent, yeah. So maybe that's part of the reason they've changed the his MO.
I just expect it to be weird.
Oh, for sure.
That's the one thing. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be very, very weird.
Yeah.
So if you like weird, that's probably a book you want to pick.
Yeah,
up.
as long as it's not like that Doom Patrol weird from whatever that is, Young Animal line. Yeah.
Well, I'm expecting probably pretty close to that. Didn't read that, but that's my expectation.
Yeah.
That level of weird.
Could be if the first or issue two or two hard to penetrate, I'll probably back off.
All right, I'm at 146.
Okay, I'm at 139,
Okay.
which is the first absolute Catwoman, written by Che Grayson and Scott Snyder, and art and cover by Bengal, or Bengal. I thought we talked about this last month.
I think this has been previously solicited, so it's not on sale until June. So maybe it got delayed, but I think you are correct. I think we talked about this last month, or at least saw it in last month's catalog. Maybe it was just an ad.
Yeah, well, sorry
'Cause
about
I think
that.
it's been a few months since the character actually appeared in Absolute Batman. So
Yeah, well, they fool me every time when they do that. So, moving on.
well, it'd be great if they would say solicited again.
Right.
That would take so much extra effort on their part to note that, hey, we talked about this before, but we're talking about it again.
Right.
Hey, on that page, Absolute Green Arrow number 2, did you decide to order issue number 1?
I did.
You did?
Yep.
Okay. I think I ordered issue number 1 as well. I can't remember if I ordered issue number 1 or if I was just kind of wait and read it on the app, but I do plan to read the first issue.
Yes, I did. That's the other. I know I got it. I know I ordered it.
Okay. So I'm back to 146.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so apparently the reports of Steve Trevor's death have been, what was it, greatly exaggerated, because apparently he's back. So we had a pretty good run of Wonder Woman thinking that Steve Trevor was dead, but now in issue 34, written by Tom King, all right, it appears that Steve is making a return.
Yes.
We have Act 1 of the Wonder War.
Featuring a grown Trinity. So, I'm not sure how this is working, if this has some time jumping going on, but in the Mouse Man storyline, Trinity was still a baby.
Right, and that's not that long ago.
Right, right. I'm at.
Believe it or not, that wraps up DC for me. So whatever else you have in DC, it's all you.
Okay, well, I got a couple. I just want to mention the DC KO collection. It's $30 for 208 pages, and it just collects the DC main KO event. I'm probably going to have to get this because I somehow missed issue 2, and I don't really want to go chasing it down or whatever. I'm just going to get this collection. And then next I have on page 172.
Let me back up to 155 and 156. Since the last episode we did talk about the 3 new Vertigo titles, and really that's still the only Vertigo titles that we have: Bleeding Hearts, Brutal Dark, Ezra Kane Mystery, and End of Life. Which ones did you continue on? Which ones did you drop?
When I subscribed through my League of Comic Geeks account, I just went ahead and continued all of them. Yeah, I didn't just get a one-off. I read issue 2 of Bleeding Hearts and liked it a lot. It's still appealing enough to me, despite my, I'm not really a zombie guy. But that's the only one. The Ezra Kane and the End of Life, I have not continued yet. Oh wait, I did read End of Life already, the second one. Yeah, so it's okay. It's still okay, but yeah.
Well, the End of Life is the only one that I got the second issue of. If I had read the first issue before the second issue order was due, I probably would not have continued it. So when it comes in, I'll read the second issue. I'm not going to order any current issues. I don't know, unless I wish I knew if it was going to be like a 5 or a 6 issue story line. If it was, and I'd already pre-ordered some, then I'd continue it, but just to finish it. But I was just curious what you were continuing on. So
I am, but I've been so behind on my reading that by the time I realize it's not good anymore, I'll be 15 issues in.
There you go.
On page 172, it's a DC Finest volume or reprint volume of the Justice League of America Crisis on Earth X. This storyline has a lot of nostalgia for me. It features the first appearance of at least the first DC appearance of the Freedom Fighters, and it was one of those JLA, JSA crossovers plus another team, introducing the idea of Earth X and the fact that on Earth X the Nazis had won World War II. And yeah, I remember as a kid being absolutely fascinated by this. It collects Justice League. Wow, this is weird. It's 624 pages for $40, so it collects Justice League 103 through 132, which is way more than that storyline. I think that's like 107, 108.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. That just seems to be okay. That is kind of odd, but anyway, it's collecting a whole bunch of Justice League issues.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah, outside of the Earth X part. So anyway, then lastly, I have on page 179, Commandy by Jack Kirby, Omnibus, the 2026 edition. Of course, it's been out before, but it's there was a 40 issues in the original run. It had that first issue had that homage cover from Planet of the Apes with Commandy on the raft in front of a toppling over Statue of Liberty.
Statue of
Yeah,
Liberty.
so
Yep.
the visual of that still resonates with me, and I'm not going to get this, but it's if anyone wants to, grab this,
Read
it
up
might.
on Commandy, yeah.
Yeah, it's 896 pages for $125, and it'll get you that full story. It was mostly written. I don't know what issue Kirby quit writing, and Jerry Conway took over, but it was pretty well done.
I didn't have anything in Dynamic Forces or Dynamite, so I'm at Execution Posse on page 274.
Okay, then you're next.
All right, so I got 2 books from Execution Posse. I don't think either of them are worth ordering. I'm not really for sure why I put them down, other than the fact that they're number ones. So we have Pimp Killer, written by Ghazal Omar and Caden Phoenix, interior art by Aeon Hyrule. I love the solicitation. Got pimp problems? Then L.A. Jones is your woman.
I seen that.
So,
yeah.
yeah, it's like, okay, this might be your primer to help solve those problems if you got them. So, and then on 277, this book looks a little, pardon the pun for the cover, a little cheeky. You have Jade Warriors #1, written by Dave Campiti and Michael Buckley. Interior and cover art, though, by Mike Diodato. So I think you're going to have some strong art here on this book, but it's basically female warriors in feudal Japan. So if that's something that appeals to you, then yeah.
Yeah, it was cheeky is right.
Yes,
Mike
cheeky.
Diodato style.
Yep. So I think they know who their audience is for this book.
Right.
If it had said Xenoscope, I would not have been surprised.
Right. Actually, I have to jump back. I'm sorry, I missed it. It was on page 187. I had something.
Oh, okay,
From a
go
publisher I hardly have ever found something to talk about, and that's Drawn and Quarterly. And what it is on page 187 is the Declaration/Emancipation Illustrated book. And what I found to be pretty cool is that it's given an historical rendition of some major events in the United States history, sort of celebrating or in honor of our 250th anniversary coming up this summer. And the drawn characters include everything from the Wizard of Oz characters to
Family Guy
to
Mickey
Submariner
Mouse.
and
Yeah.
the Human Torch.
It was Invaders homage.
Invaders,
there.
yeah. Mr. Magoo. Dude, this looks really fun. I mean, I don't even know how much this is costing. Probably can't get it, but it just looks fun. Let's see here. What does it cost?
Let's see. It looks like it doesn't say. 128 pages, 5x7, $15. There it is.
Oh, that's not
right
bad
there
at
in
all.
front of me.
Yeah.
No, but it's not a lot of text, so it's
It's just fun to look at.
yeah.
So that was it. The next I have is 287.
All right, let's go right ahead. I was going to talk about this too.
Then I'm
Probably
letting
for
you
the
because
same reason.
I only brought it up for
Okay.
you. So go
All
ahead.
right.
Yeah.
All right, so here's another volleyball on the cover. So we have American Nature Presents #4. This is from Floating World Comics, and we do have on the cover, looks close to a legitimate volleyball net, though only about half the net is drawn in. But yeah, I'm getting this just for the volleyball cover. However, it does have, it's more of an interview type of a book. So you have interviews with Jaime Hernandez, Katie Skelly, Underground legend Steve Willis. There are some comics including Sam Grinberg and Monty Keene, but it's mainly, I think, probably a interview style.
Yeah, like a
magazine.
reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like #4, so I don't. It's the first time.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing this ever before, but I guess it didn't have volleyball on it before, so
True.
thus I wouldn't have mentioned it before.
Very Archie style art on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, those girls got air. I mean, they are like 4 feet over the net. All right, 296 for me.
All right, go right ahead.
So what we have, I'm pretty sure I mentioned Wicked, the graphic novel, Part 1 in one of the previous episodes that we do the pre-orders. This is Part 2 for $25.99, and I should have it because I thought I got it for my daughter, but either way, I needed to. My idea was to get these for my oldest granddaughter, not my daughter, my oldest granddaughter, and now I got to go back and look at my unread books and make sure I got the first part. But yeah, it's just a graphic novel adaptation by Scott Hampton.
I'm on 310.
I've got right on the next page or two is The Odyssey, a graphic novel based on, well, of course, it says it's written by who? Homer. The original writer of the Odyssey, but it's adapted by Russell Punter and illustrated by Fabiano Fiorin. It's a good way to introduce kids to classic literature. It's only $11, and that's all I have to say about that.
It's like Classics Illustrated, just.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm still on 310.
Okay, it's you then.
Okay, all right. So from Harper Alley, we have The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe Deluxe Collector's Edition. So this is, of course, written by C.S. Lewis. This is an illustrated edition by Pauline Baines. We don't get a whole lot of we don't get any interior art. So I guess we have to rely on the cover being, similar to what the interior is going to be. But I think this is something I'm going to want to pick up just for the same reason that ordered the Hobbit one from a while back.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, I'm getting the Dune adaptions as well. And it looks like that this, again, is a deluxe collector's edition. So this is something that's been out before. So apparently all of the Narnia books are going to be in this series. We'll start looking for them moving forward because it says read them all. Magician's Nephews, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, Horse and His Boy, Prince Caspian, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, and The Last Battle. So I will probably pick these up, collect the set, due out in stores June 17th.
I paused on this as well, but the only reason I'm not going to get it is because what it's done is remind me that I have yet to read the novel. Oh. And that's kind of shameful because it's my kind of story as well. I like those, like you, I like those kind of fantasy stories, those real classic ones. So,
what's nice about these books is none of them are particularly long. So, especially if you're a fast reader, you can get through them really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm not a fast reader. It takes me a while to get through a book, but I have read all of these and even listened to them. So I've actually read them and listened to them.
That's cool. I need to start doing one or the other. I have more time to listen, so
yeah,
I have to cut out some
something
of my
to do
podcasts.
when you're all the plot flights that you're on. So
yeah, definitely.
All right, my next thing's on 355.
You go right ahead.
All right, so we are into Image. And Image is bringing into their Energon universe Mask, Mobile Armored Strike Command. So Mask, of course, is a toy line from the 80s. It had a run at DC, and with this announcement, just for the record, it has increased interest in some of the older Mask comics. I had a show a couple weeks ago, and the Mask books that I had also. So, and some of them I'd had for a while. So, interest is up for Mask.
I wish I would have
It's not
kept.
quite to the level of GI Joe, but it's up there. So,
I wish I would have kept mine from the 80s, and I have this down as well. I'm thinking, well, the only other book in this universe, I guess they're in the same universe as Void Rivals and all them.
yeah, that's the Energon universe.
Yeah,
Transformers,
Energon.
Mask, GI Joe.
Yeah.
All those titles are
Yeah,
all
yeah.
part of that Energon universe.
This is the one I wanted to get on, from the get-go and not try to play catch-up.
Okay. Did you have down 358?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right. I'll let you talk about this one since I stole Mask from you.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of room here for everyone to enjoy these books. The Eye Collector, EYE, The Eye Collector, by Jonathan Ball and GMB Chamachuk. And the arts also are the art and cover is also by GMB Chamachuk. And it's basically, I'm just going to read it. The startling first issue of the strangest series on the stands. An ancient being has its curiosity toward Earth reignited when the humans of Apollo 10 mission make wishes over the moon. And that's kind of like, didn't we just have a launch yesterday? What's the name of that?
Our Artemis.
Artemis, yeah,
Artemis 2.
Yeah, hope they don't make a wish over the moon
Yeah,
and have something
wish
like
over the
this.
moon,
Yeah. But what happens is some sort of spectral creature comes to our world, and I'm interested. It's kind of weird and science fiction-y all together.
And horror all at the same
horror,
time.
Yeah. So,
and you had this very monochromatic art. It's like the whole color palette is like green. You know, so it's just like
Green and
white
blacks,
to
yeah.
green to black,
Yeah.
anything in between. You kind of get those little hues of blue every once in a while. I don't know if that's going to be through the entire series, but the 6 art pages that they have previews for are all that, green monochromatic. And I go mono is not correct because we have more than one color, but it's that green limited color palette.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely has the potential to be pretty creepy.
And I am also somewhat in the mood, having just seen with my wife the Project Hail Mary movie with Ryan Gosling.
There you go. This is not the type of first contact that you probably want to have. So
It doesn't look like it, no.
No, but it looks to me like this is one of those where, you have the old gods, and then all the people on Earth stop paying attention to the old gods, and then suddenly one of them wakes up, type of a storyline.
Mhm.
So to see what's going on. So
Yeah.
I'm on page 362.
Okay, your turn.
All right, so this is just absurd. I'm going to mention it because it's a new issue number 1. So you have M1 Monster Racing League, new series, art by Jay Lee. Okay, so he's going to be doing the interiors
That's a plus.
on this book for a time. They kind of describe themselves as K-pop demon hunters meet Fast and the Furious. So I guess if you're into both of those, this might be something for you. The whole K-pop demon hunter thing, like Netflix has a series. There's a certain popularity with this, I don't know, genre adjacent type story.
Mm-hmm.
Can cross it over into racing, do anything for it? That I don't know. But here you have it. They're going to give it a shot.
It might work for someone. Probably not me, but
Probably not me either, but it might work for somebody. So then I'm on 368.
yeah, I am also, but go ahead.
Then I'll let you have that one because that's in your Ghost Machine universe.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it was my Ghost Machine universe and I got that revenue, but I'm not sure they'd share with me for just being a fan. But I am a fan of Ghost Machine as a whole, and even though I have limited time to read, this to me is one of the, even compared to the Energon universe, I am finding this to be one of the best new universes that has come out in a long time. It's got great creators. I've really yet to see a book that comes out that doesn't have some real talent. This story is not really an exception. It's a 2-issue series called The $1 Trillion Kid, and it features a title called The Unbelievables. So it's written by Jeff
Well,
Johns.
that's part of that.
Yeah.
That's part of that crossover story that they're having in Ghost Machine.
Yes.
Because you see, it's part 1 of 4. So yeah, so that's part of.
Yeah,
the
The
series
Unbelievables.
running
Right. Yeah,
through.
that's correct. Thank you. That banner at the top. I should have clued in on that a bit. But it's written by Johns and Peter Tomasi, two good writers, and art and covers by Stefano Simeone. And yeah, it's the Unbelievable. Just to give you a little background on the Unbelievables and Tommy Townsend III, they are the world's first. He is the world's first 13-year-old trillionaire, and yeah, so
He wants to find the unbelievable. So he's going to use his money to try to track him down.
yes,
So.
yes. Okay, that sounds something like something from like Danger Street. You know, the rich kids that were could do a lot because
Oh, the green
team. Yeah,
team.
not the right. Yeah, not the dingbats of Danger Street, but right. Yeah, but the other
Of course,
first
or
issue
Richie
says-
Rich.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it looks good. I'm gonna get it, and I'm getting the I didn't mention it for this episode, but that guide to the Ghost Machine universe.
Yes. You getting all the covers or just one?
Oh, I'm just getting the Who's Who cover. Yeah.
Who's Who covers? Okay, I was just wondering which one you settled on.
Yeah. I guess I could have got all of them, but I'm getting the Who's Who. Yeah.
371. We got a new title in the Universal Monsters. This is just a second Wolfman title. Universal Monsters: Blood of the Wolfman 4-issue series, written by Joshua Williamson. So that should be good.
Yeah,
my next thing's not till 441.
I'm getting this as well because I'm getting all of those Universal Monsters. I'm kind of in on all of them and still have a lot to read, but it just seems
they're on my to-read list. I have yet to read a single one of these books.
Well,
I want to read them all.
Maybe we need to do
any
that
of them yet.
in tandem. Maybe we need to do that.
Okay, maybe. So
maybe. Okay, you what was your next one?
I'm at 441, so I'm done with Image.
Okay, so I've got 427 still with Image. And even though I can't afford this, I like the idea of it. It's Silver Age covers and stories, artist edition, hardcover, and it's just basically an art book that focuses on. It's a whole series of these art books that have been coming out, but it focuses on some of the classic covers from people like Joe Kubert, Carmen Infantino, Gil Kane, people like that. But the series before, I mean, this is like $195 for 192 pages. Yeah. So you're talking, over $1 a page.
But it's oversized.
Yeah.
It's basically original art size.
Yeah.
So,
but no, it's great to think about, but no. Jim Aparo, he's had the DC Classics Artist Edition before. Darwin Cook, Wally Wood. So this is just the most recent, and it's the one that's not necessarily centered around one particular artist, more of an age or a time within the comics history.
Well, this is an advance solicit, so it's not coming out until November.
So that means it's guaranteed that I will mention this again, at least once again.
Well, I'm just saying, either A, start saving your pennies.
Oh, sure.
or B, add it to your Christmas list, because it's only about a month before Christmas comes out at this point, whenever it's
all
released.
right, cool.
So there you go. It'd be a great Christmas present that somebody could get you.
Yeah.
I'm still on 441.
441. You're not up yet.
Not up yet. Okay, all right.
Let's see, what do I have here? Oh, yeah, 2 or 3 pages later, we have Howard Chaykin's American Flag Omnibus hardcover. This is a character I'd like for us to cover sometime as the first 5. even though a lot of this material might be available elsewhere, I have some issues of this, some miniseries somewhere in my collection, but this is a big chunk though. It's over 1,000 pages for $125. But it was with this series that I realized, man, Chaykin's a pretty darn good artist, and it he evolved over the years because he was around in the 70s doing some like sword and sorcery titles like Mouse.
He was on Star Wars.
He was on Star
He was
Wars.
on
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, if you want to do a big back, historical look at American flag, this would be for you.
Okay. Of course, they need to decide how long this book is because it says fully remastered 1,064 page collection, but the book itself is only 1,056 pages. So they remastered 8 pages that they didn't put in the book.
Interesting. Probably a mistake.
Also, probably a typo.
Right.
Yeah, probably a typo.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm still on 441, I think.
Okay, it's you then.
So,
oh no.
Stupidest story idea ever. So you have people with compulsions. All right. So we have this person's compulsion, junk punch. So what does she do? She runs around and just has to punch guys in their junk. So it seems absurd. Not for sure that this book ever needed to be written, but nevertheless we have it from Mad Cave. And then on 443, we have the Land of Never One. Now, this is another Peter Pan Neverland adjacent story. So I don't know. I think it was like, what is it? Never War or something like
that.
The
Never Wars, I think,
publisher.
yeah. I got them, yeah.
Publisher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess it's not tied into that, but we're getting, I guess Peter Pan has made it to the public domain. Not for sure, but apparently they have, so we're getting all of these Peter Pan style stories. So if you are the Peter Pan alternate universe into the future when Peter's an old guy, here you've got Land of Never.
Yeah, and it's written by Steve Orlando. That's what caught my eye and why I put it down. Okay. I tend to enjoy his work.
Then I'm up to 493.
Oh, man. Let's see here. I'm at 469. Let me get to that real quick. 469 is book 2 of One Path. It's called The White King, OGN. So it's a series of hardcovers that it's oversized. It's painted art, I believe. I've flipped through the first volume. It's amazing art. It's prehistoric. It's based in prehistoric times, dinosaurs. Of course, it's got humans too, so it's not necessarily historically correct. But it's written by Greg Broadmoor and Andy Lanning, who most people recognize that name. And Greg Broadmoor is also the artist and colorist. So I can't tell you about how good the book is yet because I haven't read it. But I'm like, well, I got to get the second volume for sure.
If nothing else, just look at the pictures.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to look at. So I'm good now until I got a little bit yet. 495.
Okay. 495. Okay, well you're just 2 pages after me then. So I'm on 493. This is from Amp Comics, part of Massive Indies. This is the Order issue number 1. Now I looked at this cover, and I just thought it was a Sherlock Holmes story, just because of the look of the main character, but it's not. You have a couple of twin brothers, Radok and his twin brother, were torn from their mother when the founder rose as a tyrant emperor and unleashed reprisals to prove his absolute power. So we have a couple of brothers fighting against an intergalactic tyrant. I don't know that that's compelling enough. I'm not familiar with the creator, Albin Brothers.
No.
But again, another number 1. Thought I would mention it.
Yeah, I looked at it as well. But you have to draw the line at some point. There was already another, the one right after it I had down. So,
okay.
Also from Amp Comics. It's called Prodigal Son. And, both of us have sort of been on this Western kick lately. Mm-hmm. This is appears to be an OGN. It doesn't say
I think
it's
it's a trade.
or a trade.
Collects
Oh, there it
includes
does.
issues
Yeah.
1 through 4,
Yeah.
including all 3 endings. So I guess they had different endings for the stories. That's kind of interesting.
The good, the bad, and the
And the ugly. There
ugly.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so co-written by Martin Cove, star of the hit Netflix series Cobra Kai. So I don't know what it'll be like, but it looks kind of fun. Unforgiving American West, a mysterious man in black rides with death at his heels and redemption beyond his grasp. Okay, art looks good too.
I'm on 556.
Wow, I'm at 537.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So I know someone that I'm considering getting this book for them and them only. It's $25 though, so how do I like this person? But I'm thinking about getting this book. It's called Gotham City Cocktails from Insight Editions, which is under the Massive Indies line, and it's like I said, $25. It's basically a cocktail recipe book that is Gotham or Batman themed. So for I do have
food and drinks.
oh yeah, food and drinks, and I might as well plug the the uh, the podcaster that I know, Brett from the Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, wait a second. Oh my gosh, you may have to edit this out because I'm embarrassed. I don't remember the doggone. It's got a theme of They find a different cocktail or mocktail to go with the book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he calls his little headquarters the Fantasta Lounge. So sorry, Brett, but I am thinking about you for this book. So I may send it your way.
Is it just the Fantasta Lounge from the Fire and Water
That's
Network?
it. That's it. Thank you for. I couldn't remember if that was just what he referred to, but okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay, there you go.
All right.
So.
Man, that's what a podcasting partner does. He just
That's right. I just do the search while you
while
try
I
to think
ramble
of
on.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Because I don't want to edit, so it's easier if I just try to find an answer.
There you go.
I'm still on 556.
It's funny you say that because I know somebody pretty well who he always plugs the Road Show, but he always calls it the Comic Book Roadshow instead of the Comic Shop Roadshow, and I don't have the heart to tell him any different.
Well, I always call it Mike Atchison's Roadshow or Mars.
Or Mars,
for short,
yeah, you love that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that'll never get old. Okay, where are you at?
But I'm on 556.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is from Red 5 Comics, Dying Days. So suddenly the world is something happens and people start rapid aging, which is causing the collapse of civilization. So one scientist is faced with the challenge of trying to save her son. So I don't know. It's an interesting premise. It kind of got me because the writer is Matt.
I knew it. I knew it. Caught your eye for that. Yep.
It caught my eye, but it's not the same. Not
Matt Kent, but Matt Kund. Or Kund.
But interesting enough premise that I thought it was worth mentioning. So.
Yeah, I had it marked down as well. I think it's a very interesting premise.
And it's just 4 issues, so it's not a huge commitment.
Correct.
But speaking of Matt Kent, unless you have something before 573.
Nope.
All right, we have Mind Management New and Improved, issue number 1. So this is a new ongoing series until it's not an ongoing series. But I expect we'll get 12 to 24 issues at least before this one wraps up. The first Mind Management went 4 volumes. But this is just a continuation of those Mind Management stories. We've had Mind Management. There was like Mind Management Bootleg. There have been some other pieces and parts, if I remember correctly, but now Mind Management New and Improved. So now he is doing the blind bag thing. So I'm a little like, I'm done with blind bags, but I'm definitely going to be picking this up for the story. So
yeah. Well, I'm all the way to 766.
Okay, well, I got one thing before that, and I think this is my actually last thing in the catalog, which is 681, my monthly plug for The Future Is, issue 14. Once again, they're doing 10 for 10 with the bundles, and this is the next story arc. I think it's the second part of the next story arc, but this has a, it looks like we're going to get a kind of a zombie feel thing going on here. Inside of the Future Is issue number 14, written by Fred Van Lente, art by Inio Buffy, and there's two covers, one by Jason Sean Alexander, and then the artist Inio Buffy is doing the B. I've been ordering both covers because I just want to get everything for this series that I can. So
You've been keeping up with it every month too, right? You're not behind.
yes, and I got my shipment in yesterday, and the only reason why I haven't read it yet is because I haven't even opened up the box yet.
Okay.
I'm having to hold off opening the box because I know as soon as I see it, I'm going to want to sit down and read it. So now there will go a couple of hours because I'll read it and then I'll do all the capture the flags. So I got to make for sure I got time to actually sit down and enjoy it. So
There you go. 766 for me.
all right, I think this is this is the end of next phase.
Yeah, this should be the last one in this catalog, and this is the only tomorrow's book I'll talk about here because it is worth 20 of them. It's The Crisis Companion by Kevin Miller. He works on documentaries. He's a writer. I've listened to two podcasts where he's guested on. One is a podcast that I've also guested on, but it's not out yet, and that's the Monitor Tapes. He was also on Comic Geek Speak, but he is very well versed on the Crisis, and it's, I'm kind of like in this crisis mode anyway because of that me appearing on the Monitor Tapes. So I'm interested to read this. It's 256 pages for $37 or $36.95. So, I highly recommend it to anyone. If it's the only other thing I guess I will lie and say that I said I wasn't going to, but I am going to mention Back Issue Magazine 169. And I never thought that Amanda Waller would have her own back issue, spotlight. I just never thought she'd be quite the character that she is, but apparently so.
She has made her impact both in the comics and in the
movies, yeah.
DC movies,
yeah.
So there's enough material about her to give her a magazine feature.
Absolutely.
So. All right, so you done with next phase?
Yeah, I am.
All right, ready to head over to panels then. So we'll start in the highlights section of panels, which I think, unless you have something before page 10.
Let's see here. No, I don't.
Okay, now you don't have to go into any detail on these. These are kind of just a thumbs up, thumbs down, but these are the books that Penguin Random House in their catalog is emphasizing from each publisher. So from Boom Studios, we have a new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1. It's a quick thumbs down for me, yeah.
I'm struggling here to find the page. So here we go, I got it.
It's actually page 12 in
okay.
Okay. So yeah, Power Rangers.
Yeah, two big thumbs down.
Two big thumbs down. Yeah, I've not read any. I don't think I've ever read a Power Rangers book. So.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever watched an entire episode of the show. If it's been on and I've been flipping through, I maybe pause and like, nope, not for me, and hit the channel up. All right. Next, from Dark Horse Comics, Foundations. This is a one-shot written by Jonathan Hickman and Nick Spencer. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Two big thumbs up.
Two big thumbs up. All right, I'm going to go thumbs up as well, other than I'm going thumbs down that it's magazine-sized.
Oh, is it?
Give me a regular comic size. Yes, 8.5 by 10 1/8. So it's oversized
Yeah. Do you have magazine bags and boards?
I do.
Okay, then what's the problem?
Well, it's like I don't have a good place to put all my magazine
Hey,
comics.
mate,
Right now, they're in a stack in my closet.
do you want me to get you a box? I can get a box for you.
Well, I keep stealing the box because of for other things. So I've had them in boxes
So the
before,
trick is
and the
you need
things
to buy enough of them to make using a box
to fill
worthwhile.
up a box.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then also the ones that I want to keep, I have in the My Light
Oh
magazine
yeah.
size,
Yeah.
and those are even wider. I don't know if they even actually fix in your traditional magazine box.
I don't know. Yeah.
So yeah, it's first world problems, Mike. First world
First world.
problems. Yeah, but I'm still probably going to get this. I'll probably read it and flip it, try to sell it. But I do
Yeah.
think I want to read it.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah. It's.
All
I
right.
mean, it's also Mike Del Mundo and Mike Huddleston on art. So
Hmm.
it looks like, I mean, being science fiction, it looks like something you would like.
Oh yeah. All right, next page from Distillery, Mischief of Magpies #1. I got a thumbs down on this one, but what about you?
I'll give Cy Spurrier the benefit of the doubt and say thumbs up.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay.
I'm not. It's prestige format, oversized as well. I
Uh-huh.
haven't bought a distillery book in quite some time,
No, me
but
neither.
Cy Spurrier wrote another book that I believe was in that size, or maybe not, but it was Step
Okay.
by Bloody Step.
Okay.
And it was actually a wordless novel that I covered on the roadshow, and it was
Okay.
fantastic. I mean, really, really good. So again, benefit of the doubt here.
Now, my other comment about this is, wasn't Distillery with Lunar previously? And now they're in Penguin Random House? I was thinking before they showed up in the Next Phase catalog, Distillery.
I think you're right.
Okay, so I don't know if this is the first month and or we just hadn't seen anything from Distillery that was worth mentioning, so we haven't mentioned it for a while.
No, it's been a
But
while since they've had anything worth talking about, but I do remember seeing them,
okay,
and I think it was in that Lunar catalog.
okay, that's what I thought. But and then something else I failed to mention when we were talking about mind management was that was with Oni Press, and of course Matt Kent has his Flux House. Um, Brand's not the right word. Anyway,
Hmm.
that was with Dark Horse previously, but now apparently Flux House is over at Oni Press instead. So I don't know when that change happened.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, next page though from IDW, we have Godzilla's Monsterpiece Theater presents Godzilla's The Odyssey. All right, written by Frank Thierry, illustrated by Ilias Kyriazis, and the main cover is from Tom Scioli. So you've already mentioned one book about the Odyssey. Is this a second book about the Odyssey you're going to pick up?
I think one a month is good enough, especially if it's got Godzilla in it. I probably don't need it.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm
Yeah.
going thumbs down on this one as well. Looks cool, but I'm going to pass.
Yeah, I can't say. I mean, I remember as a kid watching Godzilla and thinking it was neat, but I'm not. I don't. It hasn't
You're
really.
not that kid
I'm
anymore.
not
Yeah.
that kid now. Not anymore.
Though I did watch the Godzilla Zero or whatever. That was pretty good. So.
Okay.
But it's not a guy in a rubber suit either, so that's probably why. All right, next page from Ignition Press. We have Dispatched, written by, or script by B. Clay Moore, illustrated by Daniel Geet. So basically, it's a Die Hard meets MacGyver.
Yeah.
Thumbs up or thumbs down for you?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. I am probably going to give this a shot. So I'm going to go thumbs up on Dispatched.
Okay.
All right, next one. This is from Marvel. Spider-Man Long Way Home #1, written by Jonathan Hickman, illustrated by Adam Kubert.
I'm gonna say thumbs up. It's Jonathan Hickman and Adam Kubert. That's probably enough for me. It looks like it's a going back in time, telling a story from the past. Is it?
Maybe it's apparently it's a cosmic cube story, and that's what has me a little bit confused because they mention the new Spider-Man movie, which makes me think it's supposed to be like a prequel to the new Spider-Man movie
Right.
because they have the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day film.
Mm-hmm.
However, typically writers like Jonathan Hickman aren't writing these prequel, movie tie-ins. So I don't feel like it's going to be an actual movie tie-in. but they also mentioned it's going to have the 3 characters, Punisher, Spider-Man, and Hulk, are going to be featured in this story, and they're going to be featured in the movie. So I have no idea how close or if at all this is tied into the movie, but I think they're kind of hoping to bring in some readers with those 3 characters. I'm torn on this one, so I'm going to say up because of Hickman. If it wasn't Hickman, it would definitely be a down.
Right.
But because, like I said, I don't think Hickman would be involved in a movie tie-in. You know, that was all if that's all it was.
Sure.
So.
Yep.
All right, and then the last one from Tokyo Pop, which probably tells you if this is a thumbs up or thumbs down on its own. But you have the Masters of the Universe Legends of Eternia, issue number 1, an original single-issue comic with manga-inspired art.
I can't say thumbs up for something that doesn't have the cover out there for me to look at yet. So it says cover creation in progress. So at least they're being honest about that. But it's manga style too. So, and I'm not against manga. I've actually read some manga now, but I don't see myself getting this.
You know, I struggle with manga. I have those volleyball mangas. Just I can see them sitting here on the floor. And I'll pick them up every once in a while and flip through them, and it's like, I don't know if I can do this.
It's a whole different experience, and
yeah.
I know a lot of people that just swear by it. Obviously, it might be some of the best-selling comics in America now.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right. Well, that gets us through their highlights for panels. So my next thing is in Dark Horse on page 26.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so on page 26, we have... Whoops, I went too far. That's page 28. I thought I was going to be clever, make the joke about, oh, we did our first 5 on Grendel, and look, we have a new Grendel number 1, Devil's Crucible Sedition. Well, that's not the case. This is a second volume of Devil's Crucible, so that was a 4-issue series. That was already out, and that was coming up to... lead in. So Matt Wagner has not been sitting on Grendel all this time. So he's still producing stuff. But if you enjoyed, I guess, our last episode with Grendel and you want to learn more, here's a chance to pick up something on the shelf. Me personally, I'm gonna go back to volume 2 and start there. And then if I make it this far, which probably won't happen, but if I fell in love with it, made it this far. That would be kind of cool. And it is related to a character that we talked about briefly, Christina Spar. But it's Christina Spar's clone. So there you go.
The old clone trick.
The old clone trick. Then on page 29, we have Kingdom of Earth, issue number 1. And this is a world where the monsters take over and the humans are the livestock. So
we're talking about Commandy?
Yeah, well, that or Planet of the Apes or any of those series. Yeah, so this is
not too far away, 2036.
2036, yeah. Something happens pretty rapidly over the next 10 years. Yeah. So, all right, my next thing's on the next page, page 30.
Okay.
Still me?
Yeah, I had that one, but you go ahead. I just had
Okay, so Nano number 1, primarily because comic script by Alexandra Grant and Matt Kent, illustrated by Nacho Bustos. Notice that this also, if you look up there real close, this is a Dark Horse book, and it also has the Flux House label on it. So we've got the Flux House label at both Oni Press and Dark Horse. I don't know what that means.
Matt Kent's getting around is what it means.
Yeah, but this is a 3-issue series, so not a huge commitment. I really didn't read a whole lot from the solicit. I saw Matt Kent 3 issues. Yeah, that's a pretty easy in for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Then the next page, actually 2 pages, so I'm on 32. You got anything?
I got 33.
Okay, so 32, Jeff Darrow's bringing back Shaolin Cowboy, and it looks like he's pulling out all the memes on this particular episode because it's titled 6767. Then And then you've got what is it? I'm just going to read this one because I think there were several, puns. The Shaolin cowboy faces an icy reception when he leaves his wasteland retreat on a mission of mercy, following the considered console of a desert swallow and a horned toad, both endangered species. But none is endangered as the wandering ex-monk becomes once again, because in his typical American small town, he learns euthanasia is the new import duty on foreign imports. Filibustering words and pictures by Jeff Darrow. Terror-free colors by Ian Herring. Shutdown letters by Nate Piokas. 6767. So, anyway, let's just get it all out there. So.
Oh gosh.
So you said you got 33?
Yeah, I marked down Starcross #1 from Dark Horse. It's a script by Mark Miller, illustrated by Corrado Mastuando. Sorry, sir, or ma'am, or you just have to forgive me for that. It's basically the two greatest thieves in the universe have a price on their head, and every single bounty hunter alive is out to collect it. So, it's a 5-issue series. We've probably seen this movie before or read this story before, but in fact, this end of life doesn't sound like it's too terribly different of a plot. But anyway, yeah, it's Mark Miller. So some people kind of get tired of his stuff, but it's been a while since I've read anything from him, so I might give this a try.
Yeah, I had this down primarily just because it's the #1, but Mark Millar is typically a skip for me.
Yeah.
So I probably won't be picking this up, but I did have it down to mention. So I've got one on 34.
You go ahead.
Okay, so we got The Beast of Borucan. I don't know if that's supposed to be a play on broken, but apparently it's a new 5-issue True Weird series from Tiny Onion creators, which I guess is the
James
Tynion the Fourth.
Tynion,
Yeah, James Tynion the Fourth.
Tynion, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, co-creators Julio Anta and Daniel Irizazi. So set in Puerto Rico. I'm not sure what the True Weird series is, what that means, but it's a #1 in that universe. Then I'm on 36.
I think it's still you then.
Okay, Witness Point #1 of 4. Now, the attraction to this particular book is the comic script by one Nathan Fillion, and then Heath Corson. Of course, Nathan Fillion, Firefly, The Rookie. He's been in some Marvel movies, and of course, he played Guy Gardner in the most recent Superman movie. But it takes place in a small Midwestern town, home of the Ringling Brothers Circus, and basically the FBI or whoever, everybody who's put into witness protection that's a murderer or a crook is sent to this poor town. So, but Nathan Fillion, that's kind of the real draw for this book for me.
Yeah.
I'm on 43 after that, though.
Yeah, I'm not until 46.
46, okay. So then it'll be me, then you. So Killer Influences #1, written by Joey Esposito, illustrated by Valeria Burzo. This is a second series in IDW's New Crime. I think we talked about a New Crime line last month. I don't remember what book it was, though, but we did talk about one of them. But here we have a serial killer who isn't getting noticed for being a serial killer until a true crime influencer finally puts the pattern together. So, I don't know, almost podcast adjacent. So, worth mentioning. Killer Influences #1.
On page 46, we have Tarzan Beyond #1, written by Steve Orlando, illustrated by Renato Guedes. And it's just basically Tarzan returns to the world of comics with an all-new series. That's really all I have, except once in a while I like to read a Tarzan book. I think I bought... Was there a Tarzan series with Titan Comics a while back? Then maybe...
Probably.
I think I got a couple issues of that. And this is also being by Steve Orlando, which I think it's the third book that's caught my eye by him this month.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just going to mention on page 49, Just Brutal #4, because one of the main characters is a volleyball player in this series, and Michael Cathro is the one that told me about this, discovered it, and fortunately I was able to find the second issue on a comic shelf, so now I'm caught up on the series at least.
Good job, Michael.
That's right. So, okay, I'm into Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel it is for me as well.
Okay, I got 56.
I got my page number screwed up because I made a mistake of looking at the Marvel individual
Okay.
catalog. But
Well, you can just fill in whatever you want.
okay,
These are alphabetical in the Penguin Random House cover, and I have two that aren't in the panels catalog as well.
okay,
So first one I have is Bishop #1. So the time traveling X-Men gets his own series. I don't really have anything to say about this. Just for Bishop fans, you got a new #1 coming out. You got anything before the letter D?
Well, I thought I had Avengers Armageddon 1 down, but
Hmm.
then again, I don't know if maybe that was just an ad and not so much a solicitation. So,
Yeah, it's on page 4 in the Marvel catalog,
okay,
and it's basically their next crossover event.
right.
I do think we talked about Avengers
I thought
Armageddon
we did
last
too.
month,
Yeah, yeah.
but I don't know if there were any. I think it was an ad last month, and we actually get the solicit for issue #1 this
Yeah,
month. So,
okay.
all right. So on 59, we have Deadly Hands of Kunlun issue #5. I normally wouldn't mention, issue 5 in a series. However, this one does say we're going to get a new villain. Now, I'm going to call a lie on that out of the gate, because what will probably happen is somebody who's in issue 4 is going to get a power set and then take on a villain name, but technically they would have appeared before issue 5. But they do say a new villain debuts here in issue 5. I'm picking up this series already just because I like a good Iron Fist story. So I keep hoping that something will come along that will bring back the good old Matt Fraction days.
Yeah,
So far that hasn't happened, but I'm going to keep trying.
it's worth doing.
That's right. You got anything Marvel before the letter M?
The Just Spectacular Collection #1. It is on page 66 of the main panels catalog, and it's illustrated by J. Scott Campbell. And that's the kind of play, Just Spectacular Collection, same initials as J. Scott
Mm,
Campbell.
yeah.
And it's just, I've always been a fan of the art, and it's your favorite villains and heroes illustrated by him, and a bunch of variant covers. So if you like his art, this is probably for you.
And
It's
probably the cheapest way to get a bunch of his artwork
yep,
for $5.99. Yeah,
exactly. Yep,
that's usually the price of one comic. So,
exactly.
all right, I'm still in the letter M.
Uh, yeah, still you.
Okay, so this is on page 67 in the panels catalog. This is a one shot. All right, Marvel Swimsuit Special, brand new Beach Day #1. It does have a cover by the previous mentioned J. Scott Campbell, but the reason why I am mentioning this is I think I saw an ad for this on Facebook, and one of the covers or some of the interior art, of course, you can see on the cover here, there is a volleyball. Of course, they're using a volleyball in the pool. That's volleyball is not going to live very long. Chlorine and water are not good for a volleyball. but yeah, so I will be getting this just because of that one little 18 panel thing sitting there on the cover. Now that brings me to the S's in Marvel.
And still you. I've got a W and an X.
Okay, well, my absolute favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One. So we are getting a Star Wars Rogue One Jyn Erso. I've not read any of the Marvel Star Wars stuff. I am thinking seriously about picking up this book because of how much I enjoyed that movie. And Jyn Erso, I think, was one of the most interesting characters that they brought into the Star Wars universe. So I am definitely going to read it if I don't buy it. And
Yeah.
there's a real good chance I'm going to buy it. So
Okay.
it's a prequel story because it's going to kind of tell what was going on, why she was in prison. But still, I think there's a lot of, we've got a limited time frame to tell Jen Erso stories. So hopefully they will, be very selective about the stories that they want to tell.
There you go.
All right. What else you got?
I've got they only have a couple comics that have under the What If line, but in the Marvel comic or the Marvel catalog on page 51, they're basically advertising for a whole bunch of What If books coming out this summer. We've got 3 in July, 3 in August. Starting in July, you've got What If the Ultimate Universe survived the Secret Wars? What if the radioactive spider bit Jessica Jones? What if Kraven survived his last hunt? Wait, spoilers. I haven't read that. What if Captain America was unfrozen in 2099? And what if the Runaways hadn't run away? And what if Cassandra Nova killed Charles Xavier? So, yeah, of all the Marvel, I remember as a kid, the few Marvel comics I would get from my uncle, if they were What If, I seemed to like them, even though I didn't really know too much about how much divergent they were from Marvel continuity. I just thought they were cool stories.
They do have 2 What Ifs listed this month. What If Thor #1, and that is what if Thor got Spider-Man's symbiote suit. I guess that's part of Secret Wars.
Yeah.
And then what if Uncanny X-Men #1, what if Cyclops had stayed with Madeline Pryor?
Which is the clone of...
Clone something maybe of Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Just coincidence, weird stuff going on there. I think it's changed 2 or 3 times. So
Okay.
my last thing in panels is on page 107.
Okay.
We have the last ROM Epic collection.
Ooh.
So wrapping up ROM, a lot of Steve Ditko art, which honestly, not particularly great on ROM, but it was there, but it's primarily because it's ROM. And I do have one more thing in the regular Marvel catalog.
You go right ahead.
All right, so this is page 28. This is Amazing Spider-Man Symbi. So apparently we have some, I guess they were Infinite Comics on Marvel Unlimited, introduced this miniature symbiote character that they just call Symbi. This is kind of one of those characters like Jeff, or, there's some others that could be named that may just get hot at some point because they introduce them in Marvel Rivals. So, yeah, just throwing out if you've, like the quote-unquote cute characters, here's another one.
Yeah, it's not Venom is not the one that I thought would be made into a cute character.
Yeah, nope. So it's not Venom. It's Symbi.
Okay, right.
All right. And I am actually done with panels. You got anything else in panels you want to mention?
Maybe it's on page, good Lord, 34 of the Marvel catalog,
Okay,
and it's
of the Marvel
X-Men
catalog?
Outback, 1 of 5. What is it? Steve Orlando's catching my eye. I guess I must have wrote it down because of Steve Orlando, because I
Right.
really don't necessarily have a, oh gosh, okay, so they're in the Outback. I don't know what makes this such a special story, but
Okay, I can tell you at least that part.
okay,
Of it.
tell me.
So when Excalibur started, the series Excalibur, it was believed by Nightcrawler and Kitty Pryde that the rest of the X-Men had died. Kitty and Nightcrawler had been injured, so they weren't part of the team at the time, going out on missions. So they go out on a mission and they don't come back. So this is, if I remember correctly, this is like part of the Outback story where the X-Men are alive, but they're keeping it hidden that they're still alive. So not even, some of their main members know that they're actually still alive. And they call this the retro pick because it's telling stories about what happened in the past. We've also got, I think there's some Chris Claremont stuff that's solicited also in this issue. I didn't call that one out, and I don't remember what it was. But yeah, you have that. That's what they're referring to there with the Outback time.
Okay. I mean, it's also the appeal to me is that this is largely my X-Men team, the team that I like,
Yeah.
for the most part. Yeah. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm done with, like I said, I'm done with panels. So
Yeah.
and the Marvel
I
catalog.
think we've locked it in.
Okay. All right. So something that we've been doing here for a little bit. Well, actually, we probably should talk about our investment and what we're looking forward to books first. So I'll go first, give you some time to kind of think about this. But let's start with the looking forward stuff. And for me, that's kind of pretty easy with a new mind management series coming out from Matt Kent. So definitely out of the books that are coming out that I'm looking forward to reading, I'm gonna call out that mind management new and improved #1. Definitely we'll be picking that up, getting that every single month.
Okay.
So, all right. So what about you? What are you looking forward to, Mike?
I guess it's. I was going to say the Deadman, but you kind of scared me off about it. It's probably going to be weird, and it is. So I'm going to say Supergirl Survive. I'm looking forward to.
Okay. All right. That's not a bad pick. So, all right. So, what about you got any investment picks, Nike? You got any books that you think if people are going to set aside $4 or $5 to try to double their money 6 months from now, what books do you think have the best chance of doing that?
Well, the only thing that really catches my mind is Mask. Because it's in that Energon universe. I don't know. I mean, it's this. This isn't like the first of the. It's not like Void Rivals, so I don't think it's quite that level. But for lack of anything else that I can remember seeing, I'll pick that.
Okay. I got 3 that I think are worth shouting out. One, just because of the absurdity of it, that M1 Monster Racing. There's just so much K-pop stuff on Netflix now. That
you're thinking dork, aren't you? You're thinking this could be the next dork.
Well, I don't know that I go that far, but but that has a possibility. I think Dying Days has an interesting story with the whole aging and the race to save, the sun. So I think that is something that could easily be a series or even a movie. And then just for the creepiness, we got the Eye Collector. So that looks like something a little bit different in the horror genre. So I'm going to pick up extra copies of all 3 of those books. And there may be some others that I tried to pull 4 on or so. But those 3 for sure, I think I'm gonna pull extra copies of just in case.
Okay.
So. All right. So something that we like to do now that we found one ICV2 and they make this information public is just kind of take a look at the most recent top 50 sales. So this is for the period from February 1st to February 28th, and it's just using the information from 125 stores using the Comic Hub system. So it's not. I guess you can't say it's absolutely what the top sales are, but at least for a reasonable percentage of the approximately 3,000 shops in the United States, this kind of represents a good idea of what titles are selling, what's garnering the most interest, which publishers are on top. And once again, for February, DC is king of the hill, right?
Yeah, they are. The first 6 on the list are DC, and they're all either absolute or the special event DCKO related.
With the exception of
Batman, which, as some people say, Batman is California.
The only, and on the Marvel side, the 2 top Marvel books are both Ultimate books as opposed to regular universe. So the 616 universe is not represented until number 12 with Amazing Spider-Man. So you kind of have both companies' big character, Batman and Spider-Man, representing the top, and they're the only ones that are really way at the top as far as their regular titles. I'm kind of surprised. I'm not surprised Batman's up there. I am kind of surprised that Spider-Man is up there as the top Marvel title. So the top non-Ultimate Marvel.
The Amazing.
So, the Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. Because Ultimate Spider-Man is number 7, but that's again an Ultimate title, not not part of the regular 616 universe. So,
Of course, you got Wade Wilson, Deadpool. Deadpool always manages to people have a thing about him.
yep.
Transformers 29 is number 17.
Yep.
So that's your first image in the list.
And first non-Marvel or DC.
Right.
And you've got to go all the way down to 41 to get another non-Marvel or DC book, and it's Exquisite Corpses number 10. Now, I guess, is there something about this title? Have you read any Exquisite Corpses, Mike?
I just have heard the buzz somewhere along the line on a podcast or something, but...
Well, we talked about it or one of our last episodes, because it has been optioned for an animated series, I think.
Yeah.
So we talked about it a little bit, but I never have anybody come to me at a show and saying, "You got any Exquisite Corpses?" It's like,
yeah.
So I just wonder who's out there that's reading this book. So
wouldn't it be great
if you're a listener and you're reading this, then let us know about it. So
wouldn't it be great if we had a list like this for the aftermarket, for the back issue, or so we could see where the dorks and the white skies of the world are falling.
Well, one thing that they do a list of are the top books submitted to CGC each month.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see what the big, what people are at least valuing, so that's something that would be kind of related to that. Now, it's not going to be directly back market sales, but Key Collector also, they do, I think, weekly. They have a little, if you're a subscriber to Key Collector, they do what is it called here? Let me find because it just happened today. They sent out the Trending 20. Okay, so it's like, I'll just read off the Trending 20. Credit to Key Collector for providing this information. So like Capes number 5, that's primarily because it's a cheesecake cover, in my opinion. Then they also have Wolverine Blood Hungry, and that is because it was a compilation of the Sam Keith Wolverine stuff from Marvel Comics Presents. So that, saw some increase. X-Men 133, this is where we learned about Wolverine's healing powers. Masters of the Universe, some of these you can understand why they're getting some buzz.
Yeah.
Batman 655, you know what Batman 655 is, don't you?
655?
655.
Oh, let's see. Is it when his back got broken by Bane?
Nope, that's 497. So this is Damian Wayne, introduction of Damian Wayne.
Oh, okay, yeah, way later.
So, and then Darth Vader number 3, because this is Dr. Aphra's introduction. But again, you kind of go through this list and it tells you, what's hot right now, and they do that weekly, which is kind of cool. So
yeah,
it's nice for me because. All right, because sometimes I grab books. I got a filing cabinet I picked up from our former co-host, Shad Schubert, that I put some books back in just in case, And actually several books that I have stuck in there, are not several, but a few, I need to go through in there and pull out, because they're suddenly, getting hot. Like we talked about on a pre-orders episode, Murder Drones.
Yeah.
Well, sales of that increased 124% since the previous week.
Wow.
There was something else that I thought there was something else, but maybe not. But so I need to decide: do I need to go pull that out of the cabinet, or do I want to sit on it a little bit longer? So.
Did you see the only Vertigo title that made this top 50 list?
I am scrolling right now, but I haven't found it yet. So
number 21, Bleeding Hearts number 1. Yeah.
Bleeding Hearts number 1. Okay.
I'm kind of surprised. I thought it would be the Chris Condon,
the Ezra Kane,
Jacob Phillips.
Mystery.
Yeah.
I still think that's the best of the 3. So, but this Bleeding Hearts wasn't bad, and I think Dennis Camp wrote that. I think he's going to get some sales just from having his name attached to a book, at least for a while.
Yeah, he's a hot writer right now.
He's got enough. Yeah, he's popular enough that his name's attached. It's going to sell, I think, a reasonable amount.
It's one of
as long as he can maintain that quality.
Yeah, it's also one of the few $3.99 books on the list.
Yeah, which probably, if you look, this is divided into two lists. They have the top sales and then the money makers, and it goes to, well, it didn't hurt it too much. It went to number 30, right, instead of number 29.
Right.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
what was it? Where was it?
From
at?
21 to
It was.
30, yeah.
Yeah, because it's making $1 less per sale, so that
Sure.
of course means it's not going to make as much money.
Yeah.
So, for the same number of sales.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I don't know, anything else of interest in the top sales other than DC is still dominating Marvel, and we don't have the JLA Avengers book yet. And that's what we got to keep our eye out for. We got to remember when we see the 1 month we get the JLA Avengers, and then it's by Marvel, and then the next month it's by DC.
Right.
That's where we're going to look and see and make a decision about how much Penguin Random House is potentially hurting sales for Marvel. If it's a Penguin problem, or if
Right,
it's
I forgot we
if it's
talked
a
about
Marvel,
that, yeah.
or a mouse problem.
Yeah.
Is it a Penguin problem or a mouse problem? That's the question. So I think that will tell us a lot.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
All right. Well, Mike, besides podcasts at birdcomics.com, if somebody wanted to reach out to you, how might they do that?
Well, before I say that, let's talk about what we're going to do next episode.
You are correct, sir.
I have it queued up here, so we're going to do another first five, and it's in the rotation. It's DC, and it's going to be the character Perez. So we're going to do the first 5 appearances of Perez next episode in 233, and we're going to review the first issue of the hot titled Dork from Image, and we'll do a CLZ shake, of course, as well.
Yeah, and we're gonna let you know if Dork is worth, if it's living up to the hype or not.
Right.
So that's the main thing. I've had it sitting here. It's right here in front of me. I've had it sitting there to read, and just have not taken it out of the bag and actually read it.
Now
yet.
we will.
It's right there. Of course, it's going to get pushed back because of Future Is, but I guess it'll be number 2 after Future Is. So. All right. So now, Mike, if somebody wanted to reach out to you besides podcast at birdcomics.com, how might they do that?
It'd be Mike at comicshoproadshow.com or the Campus Comics Cast Facebook page. So that's it. That's the best 2 ways.
And I'm Scott Reed. You can find me at burgcomics.com, burgcomics.com, where there are links to my social media pages and eBay store. And we'll be back soon with First 5 Press.
I think it's the first. One of those clackers. Yeah, something that really makes more noise. Or get you a gavel. Get you a gavel. Yeah. Hammer your desk.